Alright, here we go. This is my first voiceover for a North End replay. We're playing the Swedish 4.3 aircraft. This is a premium aircraft. It's a... I don't actually know the name of it. J something, but this particular one was flown by a famous Swedish pilot, which I also butcher the name of, Pyörremyrsky. But it's a premium 4.3. I'm flying with two of my squad mates, Voodoo and Tin. So you'll see them in this mission. I'm going to fast forward through a lot of this climbing as it's... This is the beginning of every mission. You climb up to altitude. There's a saying in dogfighting that speed is life and altitude is life insurance. So we want to get as much speed and altitude as we can before we start. Slow it back down here. So I'm looking at these three B-17 bombers. There's a lot of bomber span at this level where people will just take the bombers out just to destroy bases. And if they die or crash after that, then so be it. They'll start over again. So I'm coming in on this one very slow. I get a hit at the start. Then some real shitty aiming. This is one of the most dangerous places you can be in this game. Is behind the bomber. Hits the tail there, he starts diving away. Once he starts diving away, I simply won't be able to keep up with him. There's too much weight diving down with the B-17, so a small plane with extra drag can't really catch it. So I start looking around and see this other B-17 right above me. So I pull off and go straight up onto this other B-17. I'm just trying to take a swipe at it here. And I do well enough. But all the time it's running. It's death spiral. So I loop back around here. I want to gain speed again. I'm in the middle of a stall right now, 40 miles per hour. So I'm going to dive down here, pick up a bunch of extra speed. You see the shots coming from underneath me. I see that one of my teammates is getting shot. There's a whole bunch of people behind me. So I'm going to do a sort of a corkscrew over here underneath to keep my speed up, get my nose away from him, his nose away from me, and then come back on. Again, here you'll see some real shitty aiming. I'm just aiming too far. My goal here is to just simply get these guys off the tail of my... So the P-61 is pulling away. I can't catch it. Not fast enough, so I'm going to go after this B-17 bomber. And here is where you will finally see me take damage in one of my videos. Again, behind a B-17 bomber is not a smart place to be. This was not a great move. So I'm kind of jinking here to avoid his guns. You can see he's missing a wingtip on his left, so he can't maneuver very well. However, his gunners can still shoot, so I take damage there to my oil, which kind of puts my engine on a timer here. So the oil will start to overheat, and then the oil engine will slowly kill itself. So keeping in mind that I need to get back to base at some point, I'm going to still push forward the engine. As you can see in the bottom left, there is still gray, which means it's good. It'll go from gray to yellow to orange to red, and then black when it finally dies. We're staying on the back of this P-61 Black Widow. Get some shots, kill his tail gunner. The shots go right through and kill the pilot as well. The pilot anyway. So looking around here now, I see that B-17 bomber has finally gone down. We've got a wingman who's free. I've got damage, so I'm just kind of assessing what I want to do here. I see the airport right in front of me, so let's go ahead, slow down, and get in there for landing. This isn't going to be exceptionally fun video, so I'll fast forward this a bit as well. Basically what I'm doing here is kind of doing a couple S-turns to slow my speed down. I've got my flaps in combat for a little additional drag. Right before here you'll see me doing another S-turn. You pull your landing gears or go to landing flaps too early. When you're too fast, you can and will break those parts off your aircraft, so you have to be careful. So idle power now, and we're just in for the final approach. Touchdown, pretty good touchdown. Pull the flaps back up so the plane doesn't accidentally lift back off. Make sure that you hold back on the stick to keep the nose up when you're pressing on the brakes, because otherwise the brakes on the front wheels can push the plane forward and smack the prop, as you can see I almost did there. So I just taxi off to the side of the runway. Now, once you've landed in realistic, here you can repair and rearm. It doesn't take very long. It's very arcade-like in that nature. I think it takes me about 15 seconds total to repair all the damage done to my plane and rearm all the ammo in the belts to the guns. And once that's done, the plane will be reset on the runway and I can take back off. So you can see right now we are down to 3 fighters on our team and 3 bombers compared to their 3 fighters basically. They've got 2 fighters in. The P-63 is more of an attack aircraft than a purebred fighter. We're repaired, rearmed, and we're taken back off here. What you can't see just yet is that there's a P-47 and a Japanese Zero screaming towards our runway. So this DO-355 and myself are taking off. We're not going to climb because we need as much speed as possible in order to dogfight. So there you can see the P-47 pops up. He's a little high, which is concerning. He can use his energy at that point to move and zoom us effectively, keeping his speed up, taking swipes, and running away, which will make it very difficult for our slower planes to catch. Now you can see the Zero down low. I'm going to get shot at by this P-47. I have no intention of engaging him at this point, so I'm just jinking to dodge his fire, seeing what he's doing, and then I see the Zero alone. So I'll attempt to take the Zero. Now I'm going to do something here that's one of the dumbest things you can do, is I'm going to get into a turn fight with a Zero. My plane is light, and there is nothing more light and more maneuverable than a Zero. So inside of a couple turns here, he will completely have me, and I'll be in some danger. So I've gone high to cut his circle in half, and now I'm trying to extend. Use my speed to get away from him. However, this aircraft isn't that much faster than a Zero to begin with, so getting him off my tail is going to be difficult. At this point, I need to take another hit. Some major damage to the center of my plane, which is going to affect its stats. Luckily, this P-51K comes out of nowhere and swipes him down. That would have been me dead, for sure, had he not done that, so props to that teammate. And now we have to land again, so I will once again speed this up. Going right back to the airport, you can see I didn't get that far away from it. So we're going to do the same thing here. Take it, gingerly put it down, so you can survive and get back up there. At this point, there is only 1 aircraft left. So again, here we're already much slower, so I don't need to do the S-turns to bleed off the speed. I can put the flaps down and the wheels. Now you can see off my left wing here, some of the damage has taken a part of this flap right here. So this is giving me an asymmetric flap extension, meaning that it's constantly pushing the aircraft one way. So I've actually pulled the flaps back up to make the landing a little bit more simplistic. Rough landing, bounce a bit there, but the landing gear stays intact and we're all good. Once again, start hitting the brakes, slow down, taxi off to the side of the runway, and once again beginning to repair and rearm. A little bit more damage, as you can see from the damage on the wings here. Particularly the wing spurs themselves took a lot of damage, which means they could snap off much easier in any sort of high G maneuver. Alright, we're repaired and rearmed, so once again taking off. I always like how you could lose an engine or have parts of your wings missing and in 30 seconds the plane's just magically repaired. So we're taking off again here. Now this time you'll see I'm going to climb a little bit. I don't know where this P-63 is. And while I'm waiting for him to show, I want to get some speed and altitude. So I'll start climbing just a little bit here as we head back into the battlefield to find it. So here we go, climbing about 200 miles an hour, 3,000 feet altitude. Slowly losing speed, but that's okay while we're climbing. Now the P-63 that's on the other team, the Black Widow, is a bigger aircraft. It's more of an attack aircraft. It's also got a turret on the top of it that fires 20 cal cannons. So it's a bit dangerous of an aircraft. However, it's not super maneuverable. So I will have the advantage in any turns that we have to do. Knowing this and knowing that it's bigger and heavier and that it can build up speed quicker, I really want to get above it so that it can't dive away from me as easily. So now I can see the dot just between myself and the two little concentric circles going over their blinking red bases now, and now you can see his name. So now we've got him identified. He's on the ground. Most likely he's going to attack some ground forces before he dies. So he's definitely lower than me. I'm going to climb up a little higher. My reasoning here is that he'll have to climb up even higher to get to me, slowing him down even further. So I don't want to take this head on. That'll give him the best chance to win. So I'll let him bleed off as much speed as he can while trying to attack me with a head on. Avoid that, and then I'm just looping up above where he can't get to. He simply doesn't have the speed to pull up this high. A little bit of flaps to turn a little sharper, and we're on him. And it's just that easy. So he took a crit there, but it wasn't a serious one. As you can see in the bottom left corner, the crit was his gear leg. So chances of him landing are now a little hampered, but that's not going to take him out of this fight. So loop back around over on top of him again and come back high. The reason I do that is because it gives you the biggest profile to shoot at. The plane's entire body is laid out for you. You have the biggest canvas to work with. So with him dead, the game will slowly end as it registers that they have no more vehicles left. The tickers at the top will count down to 0, and this will be a victory with 4 kills, an assist, and I've actually taken damage this time, so I can show that that does happen from time to time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.